Yeah.
Welcome back to the GTM podcast, where we occasionally talk about the things we want to talk about. How is everybody doing?
Pretty good. I wasn't quite ready yet.
Too bad. This episode we're really just going to be focusing on like the past E3, every announcement that they had, and the recent Nintendo Direct, where we got the unveiling of a new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. We got to look at a new Metroid game, and we got more confirmation that Metroid Prime 4 is in the works. Connor's here, and he should be excited about Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime 4. Besides that, Gage will be excited because there's another Outer Worlds game coming.
Out of what?
Which had the most honest trailer I've ever seen of a video game.
Yeah, that was pretty spectacular. I'm excited for it. But right now, my visions are set to different horizons because I got a hair up my ass today and started playing Kerbal Space Program, and now I'm ready for Kerbal Space Program 2, which is gonna happen.
Didn't they show a trailer for that like a long time ago?
Yeah, they did that a while ago, but I'm nonetheless excited because I've been playing Kerbal Space Program all day.
So that's where we're all at the moment. I'm kind of in a game drought myself, waiting for something new to play.
Waiting for something amazing, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing I've really been playing recently is Mario Maker 2. Just because I wanted to play people's fucked up Mario levels that are impossible to beat. More so because I want to kick myself in the teeth, but...
I mean, what is that? What people like? It is like Happy Wheels, where somebody designs a shitty fucking level, and you have to like try and play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to play it and beat it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty insightful.
It's fun because sometimes they're like puzzle maps where like people make like you have to like solve a puzzle, and if you solve it correctly, you go into the door and you win. Or if you solve it wrong, you go start all the way from the beginning again. So,
womp womp.
Some of them are fun. Some of them are just bullshit. I don't know how people pass them, but I digress. Father's Day weekend. This podcast should be going up on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to any of the fathers out there.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Dad.
Yeah, you remember canonically, I am your father.
God.
I married his father legally.
It's not true. Don't fill the children's head with lies.
Me, your dad. We have sex later. Well, dang, okay.
We got the Halo Infinite multiplayer reveal. That was pretty cool, I guess.
That looks real juicy.
It looks real what?
Juicy.
Yeah. I'm just happy that the Halo reached some of the guys who worked on the Bungie Halo games have come to help with Halo Infinite. That tells me that they're like, we need backup on this shit pronto. So,
yeah, that's gonna be pretty fucking awesome.
Besides that, Battlefield 2042 had the gameplay reveal. That was pretty great. I pre-ordered as soon as I saw the gameplay reveal. Pretty much because I wanted to play the early access to the beta, and I want to have early access to the game before it comes out on the 25th.
Wait, you pre-ordered?
Yeah, I pre-ordered Battlefield 2042. Don't tisk me, okay? Don't tisk me.
Hell yeah.
But we're pretty much everyone here. Pretty much, not everyone, but pretty much everyone here is excited for 2042.
Not me.
That's why I said pretty much, not everyone. Besides that, we didn't get any unveilings of any gameplay or any new trailers for the Pokemon games coming out. I don't know why, but a lot of people were saying this is the most successful E3 we've had, but I doubt that. I think that this wasn't even in the top 5 E3s.
I don't know. This was a decent one.
I still think my favorite E3 that we got was like when they unveiled the Xbox One and the PS4 because we got to look at some really
Yeah,
cool
then
fucking titles.
all of the shit exclusive titles that came off of it.
I
The
still think
first exclusive games that came with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were garbage.
it's yeah, but I mean, they at least we got like a cool looking E3 though. I mean, like some of those games before we even got to play them, we were like, oh, that looks pretty sick. Like, I'm still upset that we didn't ever get Scalebound, but I was really excited for that one. But it'll never happen. Besides that, E3 was pretty much dull for me this year. There's only a couple. There's only like 2 or 3 things I was actually like, oh, that's pretty cool. I can't wait for that.
Well, that's 2 or 3 more things for me than I'm usually excited for. I remember the last time I was this excited for something, they had announced Fallout 4.
Yeah,
I was
I was absolutely fucking just disappointed in Bethesda showcase this year.
yeah, I don't want to talk about Bethesda and what they've done to my baby.
How are you gonna like announce? Hey, we're part of Xbox. Here's a 30-second trailer, and then we're gone for all of E3.
Yep.
I mean,
Just yep.
if I would like, hey, here's a new trailer for Starfield. Here's some sketches and stuff that we have for concept art. And oh yeah, by the way, just to show that we're still working on it, here's concept art for Elder Scrolls 6. No trailer, but here's something to look at to get anticipated.
I mean, a while ago they put out a thing they're like, "Hey, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. We didn't forget about it."
But while you're currently spending a lot of money on Skyrim remastered for like every fucking console that will ever exist, uh,
I have it on the
Starfield,
Samsung art fridge.
pretty fucking much. Since everybody's focused on buying Skyrim again for like the 8th time, let's just work on a different IP and then not work on Elder Scrolls 6 until it's done. Why?
Skyrim, I think no. At some point this year, it'll be 10 years old.
Yep.
I think it was like October, November.
I think you're
It was
right.
November 11th, 2011.
Yep.
So it was 11/11/11. Which
Damn. What else?
means
11. I think Uncharted 3 was also 11/11/11.
if
Mhm.
Somebody quote me.
if that's
Somebody look
true,
it up. I don't know why I remember that. I think it was like 11/11/11. Fucking Uncharted 3 came out.
I
then
love that game.
if Skyrim came out 11/11/11, that means Skyrim 2 will come out 22/22/22.
What month is 22?
Yeah. What month is 22?
You finish the 12 months and then you count January and
And
so on
then
after
you
that.
count, 12 more months.
Yes.
It was actually going to be
23.
like October.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So 22/22/22 is actually 23/22/22.
No.
Sure.
No.
23, 10, 22.
So, Connor, what are you most excited for about Metroid Dread?
The continuation of fucking the series. It's been fucking 3. It came out in 02, Metroid 4. It is 2021, almost 20 years, 19 years later, and here now we're finally getting a sequel. That's what I'm excited for.
I remember when
Honestly, I'm excited like mainline Metroid game because it's separate. Other end, just garbage.
I remember
It's been either a remake or a spin-off.
it's a good thing I caught that. Forgot to change the episode number again because I'm a silly sandwich. There we go.
I think like what aspect about the game I'm really excited for is for them to go back to like horror style.
Which is just like a side scroller.
Well, I like the 2D Metroid games a little bit better than the Prime ones. I mean, the Prime ones are great. Don't get me wrong, but they're different types of games.
Right.
Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid are fantastic. I kind of miss the cartoony kind of anime style that they used to have. I like that better than the 3D style, but that's okay. But yeah, I mean, Fusion was in part, action based game, but in another part, it was horror game. And when I was a kid, it was scary. I couldn't beat it. It was so scary. So I hope this Metroid Dread is also kind of scary, and maybe not all the time, but it should be. I should be, spooked. And hopefully the Emmys are spooky.
I always
And
saw
soon-
the Metroid series as being kind of like the environments and everything. They look kind of horror esque. Like it just looks like to me it reminds me of like this is gonna sound weird, but it reminds me of like Doom's aesthetic. But instead of deep reds and oranges, it's like purples and blues.
It was what, like Doom 3, like the one kind of out child of Doom.
I think so.
Yeah, Doom 3
Doom
was that
3.
weird first person survival horror game.
Wasn't bad though.
It
I
was
enjoyed
not. Yeah, it was not. A lot of like hardcore Doom fans really hated it, but that was the first Doom game I ever actually played, and it scared the living holy fuck out of me.
it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the newer Doom kind of scared me at some points. Not
Yeah,
Doom
it
Eternal, but the
scared me.
first Doom.
Yeah, it scared me because I'd never had fucking carpal tunnel before. Jesus Christ.
See, but like
I can only play it for like 45 minutes at a time. It's just like there's no rest.
they did a really good job with the newer Dooms where like they're like, yeah, it's basically just like you're gonna blow up some fucking demons, but they put challenge into it by you don't just get fucking as much ammo as you want. You have to like sometimes you have to like ration your fucking ammo.
That's what I like about it now. Is it's not like you can't run and hide. You'll just die when you run and hide. The harder you fuck them, the easier the game gets. The harder and faster you go, the more shit you get and the more health you get.
Right.
Which seems counterintuitive, but
See, and like I like Doom. I like its fast paced run and gun kind of feel. I like how it does get harder as you progress through the game, and ammo drops feel like they're just decreasing. But what I don't really like is that it doesn't feel like they're really doing much different with the sequel. Like I
yeah,
mean they added a few features, yes, but it wasn't like something that was like
It's a good thing they're done.
this is the sequel.
yeah. They added a bunch of lore, and like Connor said, I think it's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not
Yeah,
The
making a
foreseeable
Doom.
future.
They're not doing a Doom 3.
No,
Damn.
no, I
there's no
mean
way.
I don't think they need another one. I mean they've revitalized it
think-
and they made it very good and it's fun. I don't think there's replay value in it. I don't think it needs to be another one.
I don't. I think you're right. Do in today's modern world, and it did extremely well. So then they said, okay, well, let's make the Doom game we want to make, and that was Eternal. And
Yeah.
I think they kind of put everything they had into it, which it shows. But like you said, I don't think there's a whole lot you could really do with that, to add to that game, which is why I think they just stuck with, okay, this is the last one for the foreseeable future.
Is Bethesda the developer or the publisher?
Publisher.
Okay.
id Software is the developer.
And
Yeah.
Bethesda is the developer of Fallout, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, if Bethesda was the developer of Doom, then the next it's not. They're not done because chronologically, we're gonna get a Doom Online.
Well, speaking of id Software, I would love to bring up that I'm mad because where's my Wolfenstein 3?
Oh yeah, dude, that turned into Wolfenstein New Blood, dude. That's your Wolfenstein
No,
3.
no, 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 no,
Yes,
no,
yes, yes,
no,
yes, yes.
no, 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 no,
Yes,
no,
it is. Yes, it is.
no, no,
And
no.
they're not. And that's not id Software. That's Machine Games.
Oh, you're right, you're right, you're right. But still, they had New Order, which made me cream my pants because the first real shooter that I played, other than like hunting games and shit, was Return to Castle Wolfenstein. And it came out in 2002. That was my first real taste of shooter type games. And then, fucking 2009, a Wolfenstein game came out for the PlayStation 3 that I played it on, and it was kind of weird, but it was kind of okay. Um, and then New Order came out, and I creamed my jeans.
The
And,
3.
and then New Colossus came out, and I creamed my jeans again.
Um, you probably said something about it. I just wasn't really paying attention. The PS3 one. What do you think of that?
The one that came out in 2009.
Was it 2009 or 2007?
It
Maybe
was
2009.
2009. Did you play that one? It was like you're in that
Briefly.
Yeah, and you have the medallion, and you have all the powers that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It would
It
clench my thirst.
yeah, it scratched my itch.
You know what I like about Doom and Wolfenstein is
They run similar.
everything is in the same timeline. Like every
Yeah,
game, and I'm not talking like, oh, Wolfenstein's in its own timeline and Doom is in, no, like Doom and Wolfenstein exist in the same universe.
So,
yes,
is Doom in the future or?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Like BJ Blazkowicz and Doom Guy are like related.
Is that confirmed?
Yes.
I
I don't know. I guess it makes sense.
would hate to live in that universe.
I'd hate to be in that family.
Why? He'd be kicking ass.
Yeah, but I'm lazy.
You'd also
Otherwise,
be
you're
hunted down
dead.
by the Nazi party.
Yeah, you'd either be hunted down by a Nazi or torn apart by a Hell Knight. Which one do you want?
Well, how far into
Nazis.
the future is Doom from Wolfenstein?
Well,
Well,
think about it.
I think Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein is from 40s to like the 60s.
I think Youngblood took place in like the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and
Doom is like
2132 or some shit.
maybe
21s, 22s, somewhere in there.
it's like a couple hundred years apart.
Yeah.
So going back to Battlefield real quick. Gage, you and I have had some experiences with Battlefield when we were in middle school and high school.
Fuck.
I remember playing Bad Company 2 on the 360 way back when.
That's it. They better have a hardcore mode.
For
24 better have a hardcore mode for online.
I think they're gonna, because like Battlefield 4 had hardcore mode. I think after like a week of the game being out, they put it in there. And then Battlefield 1, no, I think Battlefield 4 already had it. Battlefield 1 put it in there like a month after. And then Battlefield 5 waited like almost a year until they put hardcore mode into it. So I think they've kind of learned from their mistakes.
Battlefield 1's hardcore mode was fucking traumatic. You actually have to be like kind of savvy in like what country wore what, because you get absolutely nothing. So it's like you run into a bunker and you just fucking crank fire your goddamn gun, and you just hear screaming, and there's a dude squirming on the floor. There's no hit marker. You receive no points. And it's like, that was a fucking 17-year-old boy from Germany. War is hell.
Jesus Christ.
It's like off.
But in exchange, your guns actually fucking do damage.
It's funny because I mean everyone else's guns when I played Battlefield 1 did damage. Mine apparently shot Nerf darts
That's
every
why I love
fucking
this so much
time.
Battlefield Bad Company too. That's why we played hardcore mode all the time. Is because I remember I played sniper because I'm a big fat dumb gay loser. I played sniper and I got like all the way through the class progression and I unlocked like a 50 caliber rifle. And we were playing in normal mode and I fucking shot a man in the chest and I got like I was consistently hitting people in the chest and got like 80% hit markers. It was like, oh, you killed 80% of their health. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Thing should have ripped them in half.
I don't know. I've seen fucking Saving Private Ryan. That guy got shot in the chest out in the rain, and he was alive for like maybe a minute, and then he died
He wasn't even hit with a 50 caliber.
as he's laying there
They
like,
do that to Riddick.
Captain, get this letter, my dad.
No family.
That was probably the only character in that whole fucking movie I felt bad for. He's just laying out there in the fucking rain, getting shot in the chest. He's like, I need somebody. Hey, I'm still here. Come get me. Get this letter to my dad, please. And they're like, shut the fuck up and stay down. Oh, but 2042 will apparently have specialists. I think we've talked about this before. Um, the specialists have their own specific gear sets. So like they have like a special like weapon that only their specialist class thing can use.
That sounds awfully like a lot like if you're an assault class, only then do you get dynamite. If you're an engineer class, only then do you get the repair tool. That sounds like something Battlefield's been doing for a while.
Well, this is different. These specialists have like different. They have like weird. They have tools that wouldn't be something that you should be able to equip. Kind of. So
What, like siege operators?
kind of, yeah, kind of like siege operators. One of them has a tracking dart, which was something in Bad Company too that they got rid of for some reason. Uh, I'm assuming it looks like the tracking dart gun from Bad Company too, where like you shoot like a weapon, shoot like an enemy player or a vehicle, and it would track them for like missiles and shit to lock onto. Um, one of the other ones gets like a drone. Yanni assumed that was for spotting, which I agree with. Um, one of the other ones gets a grappling hook, so you can grapple onto shit. And the other one, I can't remember what his deal was, but he gets something else. But
What's that fucking guy's deal? I don't know. I forget.
the guy who gets the drone is like it's definitely supposed to be for like a sniper class because he's wearing a ghillie suit. So you could be a sniper with a drone and a fucking op or whatever hiding in the bushes or
Hiding in the bushes of love.
or just looking like that bush that is randomly on top of a building. I've seen so many fucking memes come out of 2140, not 2142, but 2042, where like they showed one of the maps and somebody was like, "Oh look, I'm at that place in real life. Here's a picture of it in real life." And you're like, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." And somebody memed it and they're like, "Yeah, this is what it's gonna be like if everybody can have fucking redeploy beacons." And it's just like every building in the picture has one of those fucking shiny glares on top of it from like the sniper scopes and shit, which is exactly what's gonna happen. So. Just I mean I think that's a cool idea, but I mean I feel like if I hope they don't just get rid of all the like the engineer or the assault or the medic or the what was his name, the sniper, was it just marksman or
It's just
something?
scout.
Scout.
I think it was scout or
Okay.
recon.
I like that. Have you seen Battlefield Friends?
Fuck yeah, I have.
Okay, I
You
love
showed
that.
him.
I love that part where he's like, "Is he sniper? Is he recon?" He goes, "They want to know if you're sniper or recon." He goes, "No, that's the same thing. That was a bad example." He's like, "Tell him to come down to B." He goes, "Go down to B. I don't want to go down to B. I want to go to Dracula." He said he wants to go to Dracula. Well, tell fucking Simon Belmont up there that he has to come to B.
I'm gonna watch those after this podcast is over.
I want to watch them too. I think at some point soon I'm gonna install Fallout New Vegas again, and then install the Fallout Frontiers mod because that mod looks like a lot of fun. I kind of want to play it.
That looks pretty good. I need to come into contact with some decent internet because I want to mod the shit out of Fallout. I've never been able to do it because I'm a smooth brain. And
You're
before
talking to a Skyrim modding expert here.
yeah, and before people shit on me for not being able to use a mod manager, just leave me alone, okay? I don't get it.
He's just a boy.
I feel like I shouldn't have to install a bunch of shit on my computer that they should have just put in the game anyways.
Like decent weapons.
You can at Fallout 4 about that. New Vegas already had some pretty stellar weapons.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Is Fallout 4. Fallout 4 has some of the most disgusting weapons I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
not
disgusting.
to mention the bolt action rifle
You
with the bolt
son
on
of
the
a
left.
bitch.
You killed Captain Ironside.
What about Gage's favorite weapon in all Fallout 4 is the bolt action rifle with the bolt on the left.
Jesus Christ, I want to kill myself. I was just watching Brian stream one day. I was like, wait a minute. There's something wrong with that thing. He's like, why? And I'm like, why is that bolt on the left? What the fuck?
That looks disgusting.
Pull the rifle away from your face. Pull your fat fucking sausage fingers over across the screen, lash the slide, and fucking put it back. It's retarded.
Not only that, but like I feel like having to do the bolt on the left is like so much more work than just having to do it on the right. Because like you just tilt the rifle just slightly to the left and then fucking cock it, and that's it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Private Nick.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Nobody's ever like nobody there like thought to just look real quick.
Hey, what does bolt action rifle look like? I don't know. Put the bolt on the left, I guess.
I don't know.
That's listening to you talk about weapons and shit reminds me a lot of that guy. I sent you the video of him playing Fallout, like talking about all the guns and shit. Because his friend that he plays with doesn't really know much about guns at all. So when he talks about it, his friend's just like, "Oh, wouldn't it be easier to do this?" He goes like, "No, because that's fucking stupid." It's one of my favorite series. Like I watch them all the time. He's like, "What? Why is it called the M4? Because it's the M4 is meant for like I can't remember what he said. It was like something about semi-automatic or automatic fire. I think the M4 was automatic and the M4A1 was semi-automatic. I can't remember, but he was like, "Well, wouldn't that be confusing if you just call it the M4? People think it's the M4A1." He goes, "No, because they have different designations." He goes, "Well, what if they call it the M4A0?" He goes, "They wouldn't do that because it's fucking stupid." What the fuck are you eating, Connor?
Pass.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. You're next.
Oh boy. That's not going to be a fun trip for either of us. I'm sorry. So, anything else anybody's been looking forward to recently, or
Nope.
not even Monster Hunter Stories 2, Brian?
A little.
What do you mean a little?
I'm looking forward to something.
What are you looking forward to? That I'm afraid to ask after that laugh. Well, what are you looking forward to, Connor?
You know.
Is it the thing next weekend or?
We can do it then.
Oh my god!
What the fuck are you talking about?
I just fucking realized what he's talking about. He's talking about wanting to eat my ass. I thought he was talking about the party this whole fucking time. He's just like, oh, we could do it then. Oh,
Yeah, that'll work.
I think that fits in my schedule.
yeah, really does.
Oh.
So,
Yep.
I think we've pretty much covered everything that we really wanted to talk about E3. Really, most everything else at E3 was like, hey, we made a cool indie game. Here it is, and I didn't care. So, I mean, if you like Life is Strange, I mean, they showed Life is Strange like 18 fucking times at E3. So,
Oh yeah, dude, you see the new graphics, dude? They added freckles.
I don't fucking care.
I didn't care about the game before.
Are they doing another Life is Strange game?
I kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? Yes or no?
I can't tell if it's new or not because I don't play the game.
What the fuck is it? Is it Life is Strange 3?
No.
No, it's like Life is Strange, New Colors or
They
something.
remastered.
Okay,
there is a new one. There is a new one. Yes, I'm sorry. There is a new one. But it's different chick.
Okay, so I know they did the first one, and the second one nobody liked. I'm sorry, it was like an add-on to the first game, pretty much.
Mhm.
It was like Before the Storm or something, and nobody really liked it. Life is Strange 2 was fucking awesome. I love that one.
Isn't that about like the dude and his brother? His brother has
Yeah,
like superpowers.
The two brothers, and that one was actually really good.
This one is like it's just this chick who wears glasses.
I wonder what she can do.
From what I can tell, she can look at nature like it's this breathtaking moment every time she looks at a tree or something.
Well, that doesn't sound very interesting.
From the trailers, it doesn't look interesting at all. So I don't. If fucking people like it, go fucking nuts. I don't give a shit.
She can make plants grow faster.
She's like the worst version of Poison Ivy.
Yeah, but not like very fast at all. Only like a fraction of a percent.
And
like
also,
just enough for scientists to be like, what's going on here?
Also just like completely unfuckable.
I think that was derogatory and rude. Although I have not seen a picture of her yet, so I'm going to
look. I don't
open
care.
up the internet.
I personally, I would take Poison Ivy over her.
Whoa, endgame. Whoa. Life is Strange, True Colors. Okay. Life is Strange, True Colors.
Now you tell me, Gage, would you take her or Poison Ivy?
Let me look.
I'm waiting.
I can't tell her ethnicity. What the fuck?
It's too blurry.
Just looking at her, it almost looks like she was like designed to be like the poster child of just like acceptance of all kinds.
So, would you take her or Poison Ivy?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy is banging in every fucking iteration she's in.
Okay, Poison Ivy or Adam Eve?
Adam Eve.
Adam Eve, dude.
I don't know.
Adam Eve.
Adam Eve, it's worth it.
Adam Eve is from The Boys, right?
Nick.
What?
No.
I can't remember. I don't know Adam Eve. Now I have to Google fucking Adam Eve.
You should
Oh.
while you're at, you should
Yeah.
Log off, you're done.
No. Let me see. I'm comparing pictures now. No, fucking goddamn it. I typed in Adam Eve. I'm like, okay, and I split the screen so I could type in poison ivy, and I just got pictures of leaves and. Hmm. Let me see. I don't know, man. In this instance, I would say Adam Eve because there's so many different comic iterations of Poison Ivy that like
You
I
don't
could
know
just
which one you get.
yeah, I don't know which one. So with her, I know I'm getting like a set one. So I'd say Adam Eve.
Damn right.
Okay, Connor. Okay, Captain Marvel. Or what's her name? Uh What's her name? Starlight from fucking The Boys.
Ooh. See, I like Brie Larson's face.
Both of them at the same time.
But I don't like Captain Marvel.
You don't have to like someone to absolutely run a train on them.
Jesus Christ.
Well, then I think you know my answer.
I'll say you don't have to like someone to fucking rearrange somebody's guts.
So you would pick Brie Larson over Starlight?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I'd
mean,
take
that's-
Starlight.
That's fine.
It's fine. You're wrong, but you're fine.
That's okay.
I think we fit rock bottom with this one.
Nah.
What? Rock
No, like,
bottom.
yeah, like we were talking about video games the whole fucking time. We were talking about like which was hotter. All right,
No, we've
I got one more for Gage.
Uh-oh.
okay.
Okay, Blaskowitz or Doom Guy?
I want you to look up. I want you to look up a picture of what B.J. Blazkowicz looked like in the 2009 Wolfenstein game. He looks like somebody's dad in Greece.
Yeah. He's got like dark hair.
Yeah, he's got like jet black hair, and he for some reason he's wearing jeans and a leather jacket. Like,
Yeah, I
look up a
thought that was
picture.
a little weird.
It looks like he's concealing a fucking box of chocolate in his hair. You see him?
I see him.
Yeah.
He's secretly just trying to deliver a box of chocolates to Hitler.
Well, I was gonna say like, who would you bring in a fight, not who would you bang.
Oh, who would I bring in a fight?
Depends on what you're fighting.
Yeah. Well, I
I'd
guess not really.
say
I think Doom Guy would just squish absolutely everybody.
Puny Nazi scum.
I mean, for real.
With their
You think-
primitive weaponry.
you think I was about to say you think Doom Guy would win if in a fight between him and the Nazis, but I think that's a resounding yes because he has weaponry from the future.
We know what I wonder about the Wolfenstein series? Every time you walk over a helmet, you get armor. So it's like, do you have on like 10 helmets at one point?
You're like stacking them.
like you have like 0 armor. You walk through like 3 helmets, and now you got like 30 armor, and it's like, where did he put those?
That's it. The next Wolfenstein game will have the feature from fucking Death Stranding where you just put on helmets, you have to balance yourself.
Oh my god. Nobody wanted that in the first place.
Nobody
I don't
wanted
understand.
that weird fucking game where pissing was a core gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. Like, what do people like about that game?
Norman
No idea.
Reedus walking simulator.
Like,
Yeah, it was literally like futuristic mailman.
Yeah.
I watched like the full fucking gameplay thing, and I still don't understand the story.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I understood fucking Inception better than that game.
Inception's not that hard to understand.
I thought because the way people were like, "Oh, you have to watch it like 3 or 4 times to actually understand it." I watched it one time. I was like, What was so fucking hard to follow about this?
Yeah,
Like, they fall asleep, they wake up in the dream and do a bunch of cool action shit. They die and wake up in the real world. And clearly, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Inception, at the end of the movie, you can tell that the top is gonna fall down. So he's definitely awake.
I disagree, just for the sake of disagreeing. So fuck you.
I think he's
Whoa.
actually awake in the real world at the end of that movie.
No, I think you might be dreaming.
I think that's a bunch of
Fuck
commie
yourself.
gobbledygook.
I'm not gonna give it to you. Go fuck yourself.
I think Fallout 76 is the best Fallout.
Wait, what? Who said that?
Oh my god. Wasn't me.
Hold on, let me load my rifle.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't fucking hate 76. I think they absolutely nailed atmosphere. It's beautiful, and like just like environmental storytelling is mwah. It's like it's awesome. But I don't know.
The weapons are still shit. Alright, they're still shit. Still.
Yeah, they're still shit, but it's like at the same time, I think everybody was a little too mad that they took all the NPCs out. And it's like, oh no, what are we gonna do with fucking generic farmer 3 and his loving wife, generic farmer number 6, spouting the same 3 lines of fucking dialogue every time you walk by. It's like it's not that big a deal.
I still think that, they put a lot of effort into 76. They did, but they didn't put nearly enough effort into the hey, what are they going to be using to fight things in the world? Oh yeah, weapons. We should probably design some really cool weapons. Shit, throw in all the weapons from Fallout 4.
Take
I think
a pipe and glue it to a piece of wood.
I think they tried too hard to appeal to such a broad audience, and in the end, it's like I don't think everything came out the way they wanted it to, and it ended up appealing to not many people at all. They tried too hard to appeal to too many.
See, what I don't get is like they like I remember like you were telling me like because you watched me play Fallout 76, Gage, and you were like, wait, why the
I
fuck are
played it.
you wearing? You were like, why the fuck are you wearing NCR armor, like the Ranger armor?
Yeah,
And they actually went through and gave backstory that the SWAT teams wore this SWAT armor that looks like the Ranger armor, which was repurposed for the NCR.
yeah, that was already a known fact by everybody. It was like I had forgotten, like at the time. I was like, what
I
the
didn't.
fuck?
I didn't know that, and I was like, they wrote that just so they can have an excuse to put this in this game. And then I read up, I was like,
No.
oh, it's actually a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing before they wrote that. That's just riot armor.
So in that instance, couldn't you get the Ranger armor in literally any other Fallout game that doesn't take place in New Vegas?
I mean, I guess you could.
So why the fuck isn't it there? Fucking in Fallout 4, you can't get the Ranger armor unless you mod it in. But if it's just
Have it.
SWAT armor, fucking going to a police station, I should be able to get some.
It's also been like 200 some odd years. They probably took it all.
And put it where? They burned it? They said this shit ain't useful. Threw it into a pile and burned it.
I don't know.
I mean, fuck, at least sell it somewhere.
So I'm gonna tell you guys a story about a movie I just watched. This is gonna be my hour and a half long section. It's actually not gonna be that long because
you talk too much during the podcast. I'm kidding.
It was one fucking movie. I haven't read a book in a while. I finished Project Hail Mary and I did my hour and a half long-windedness on that. But I watched the movie the other day. It was called The Block Island Sound. That's what it was called. And I guess psychologic, slow burn type of horror movie. I was honestly kind of slow with it for the first half an hour. I kind of sort of wasn't actually paying attention to it. But from what I was able to gather, it was it's like a small family living on think like New England, like the islands out there in New England where you have to like take a ferry to get home, and like the main town is, on another island, and you have to take ferries back and forth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Think I'm trying to think of another piece of media that it was like that. Like, where Jaws was filmed? Jaws?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Martha's Vineyard, like that area of the country where it's like everything is on islands, on like rocky islands, and it's kind of foggy and shit all the time.
Basically, there's no way to leave unless you get a boat.
Yeah, Far Harbor. Think Far Harbor.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking like
okay.
I was thinking like when you said like ferries to get away from, I was thinking Shutter Island, the movie.
No, they're like well populated islands and shit out there. But you just need ferries to get back and forth to like the mainland and your island.
Okay.
So it's a smaller family, but they're all kind of grown up. The main character, Harry, I think his name was Harry. Single, lives with his dad. He's like in his mid-20s. His sister lives just down the street from them. She has a kid and like an on and on again, off again boyfriend who's chill. And then one day, and like this entire village is all they do is fishing. That is their livelihood. They fish. They spend their life on the water, right?
Eesh.
Yes, fish.
Eesh.
Yeah. And the trailer, I'll preface everything else by saying this. The trailer made it very vague about what the movie was actually about what the big bad was. And all the way through the movie, there's kind of not one that you can actually see. It's actually kind of cool. I was actually pleasantly surprised with it. So, um, spoilers, I guess. It's been out for a while. Fuck you, go watch it. But I'm trying to get my bearings because I just stood up and took a drink of water, and now my head's spinning. Anyways, so you can kind of tell that the dad's kind of not all with it. He almost seems kind of crazy, like dementia type or whatever. So one day he goes up and missing, and they find him days later, just on one of the beaches, just dead. And this whole time while they were looking for them, there was like a bunch of dead fish just turning up everywhere. Animals on the island, they just turn up dead. Like things just like are dead inexplicably, right? And
Yeah.
at one point they even find like a whole flock of birds just dead on the ground.
You ate the wrong bread.
Yeah, they were able to determine um, that they had all hit something in midair and just fell out of the sky all at the same time.
Fucking what?
Yes, that something they all ran into something at the same time in the middle of the air and fell out of the sky and died. Right.
The
So
fuck?
little clues are put here and there if you're actually paying attention, because after like the first half hour I was in it, as to what's actually going on. But basically the son starts seeing like hallucinations of his dead dad, and his dead dad is like telling him to like do crazy shit. And it was actually really well written and really well acted. It wasn't cheesy or anything. The tensions and everything in the family is falling apart now because the dad is dead. All that is actually pretty real and pretty palpable. And my dad's not dead, but like anybody who's had like a loss in the family, you can tell there's tension like in the weeks to come afterwards. And this movie did it really well. And I love that they did it. And over time, Homeboy just slowly gets more and more fucking crazy. And yeah, it's kind of led up to believe that aliens may or may not have something to do with it. You never see a UFO, you never see an alien, you never see any of that. Right? So it's only revealed like near the end that like he eventually he's like told to kidnap a dog. So
What?
like something is using his like dad to like talk to him pretty much. And he has these blackout periods all the time and you don't know what the fuck he does or where he goes. But he throws the dog on this fucking boat, drives out into the middle of the ocean on his boat, or in like the water close to the island, not like literally in the middle of the ocean, but drives out into the ocean, and you see a bunch of shit like start flying off the deck of the ship and go up into the sky, and he ties himself down or some shit, and the dog just like just right up into the fucking sky, never comes back, and then he wakes up the next day, and you're like, I don't know if that just happened or not.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was actually, I don't know, like as far as like the movies that I'm into, it was like 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Good
What was
time.
it called?
It was called The Block Island Sound. It's on Netflix.
I'm writing that down so I can watch it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I was pleased with it. And the soundtrack was excellent. I didn't really have trying to think of like gripes and nitpicks. I feel like the beginning kind of drags a little too much. There's not really a good hook to get you into it. So
And it's a horror
anyway,
movie?
not like a boo, gotcha, bro. There is literally zero jump scares in it.
It's just
Well, I
like
mean,
an
there's not.
eerie feeling.
I mean, sort of. It's just more of unsettling. It's not like there's a few parts where it's like when the dead, because obviously whatever higher powers is fucking with everything that be whenever they use his dad to communicate. Yeah, that's kind of creepy the way they do it. He just sits there and his eyes are like halfway rolled out to the back of his head, and the way they have the actor talk was actually pretty creepy. So it's just like one word and like groaning. Dog.
Ew. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes it a little less creepy because he's not like a decrepit old man. He was like a fat, jolly, like bald, bearded man when he was alive.
He looks creepy from this screen cap that I'm looking at.
Oh yeah.
Like wide eyed and fucking dirty as shit.
Yeah.
Looking like he's singing some sort of like opera measure or something. Like that part in the song where it's like,
Yeah. There's no dumb boo scare. There's no lame like monster letdown. Because I've had that too, where it's like I really liked the movie up until the point I see the monster, and I'm like, well, never mind. This is lame.
What was that? What was that movie you and I watched, Brian? Where it was like the guys who went like hiking and in like the Netherlands or something.
Don't remember.
Damn.
It was like they went hiking in the Netherlands for what?
So the movie is basically this group of guys. They like have like this thing where like every summer they go and do something with each other. Like, oh, they'll go to like Los Angeles for a week and just go bar hopping and just have fun. And then one of their friends is like, "What if we did something different? Like, why don't we just go hiking like in like Norway or something?" Like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool." And then one of the friends is like, "Ah, that sounds fucking dumb." And they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the shop and get some more liquor. You guys want to come?" He goes, "Nah, I'll be
Oh
right
yeah,
here." Yeah,
yeah,
his
he
friend
got
got
killed.
capped.
It was called the Ritual.
Yeah, that fucking movie.
That one was good. I like that one.
That was it was like a retelling of the Blair Witch in a way.
Um,
Cuz like
I don't
people
remember
get
the
lost in
stuff
the
between.
forest. There's something that's taking their friends or killing their friends, making them hallucinate shit, and then eventually they end up at this cabin and
And
that's when
like
shit hits the fan.
horribly killing them.
Yeah. And then you see the thing and to me the monster didn't scare me at the end because when I
But
saw
it
it didn't
definitely
look
looked cool.
it looked cool, but it wasn't something to be scared about. It was definitely something to be feared in the beginning of the movie because you didn't know what it was, but it was definitely not a person that's fucking 18 feet tall. So it was creepy. But when you see it at the end, it's like, it's not too scary.
Oh, I guess it's not too bad.
It's just like the child of Loki or whatever. It's not that bad.
I thought it looked really fucking cool though. I actually saw a post and they used that monster as like a like a stand-in for something. It looked fucking cool.
It
Mhm.
was. It was just like it wasn't fearsome for me. Like every instance where it does something before it shows itself, yes, it's terrifying. The fact that it's just like at the end of the movie, he's just like, we have to sacrifice something in order to keep him happy, and if we sacrifice something, he gives us protection and stuff, and we never die. He's like, okay, what is it? What does he do with the sacrifice? And he just like hangs them in trees like ornaments, and then fucking
Oh,
trots back into the woods.
did you ever watch somebody play Resident Evil 8?
No,
Did you, Connor?
Yeah.
You watched, or did you play Resident Evil 8?
No, I didn't play it. I watched it.
Okay. Do you know the scene in the dollhouse?
Which one? Where you stabbed the doll
So it was
or the
when
baby?
the baby.
The baby.
The baby was horrible. I have not like been like horror is my fucking jam, and I love the adrenaline and everything. But like lately, I've just been kind of like, that was good. It made me feel a little something. But dude, I was like genuinely fucking bothered by that. Like I didn't go to sleep that night. Like that bothered me.
wait, are you talking about the part where like, um, okay, have you finished watching everything on it? Because I've watched Donkey play it, and I thought when he plays it's funny. But are
I
you
mean,
talking
I
about like
don't.
the part where like he's walking around like the section of the house where it's like it's really really dark, and the baby is like this weird fucking creature thing, but it's still a baby kind of, and it like makes like these really loud fucking noises as it chases you and shit.
Oh yes, it's huge,
Fuck that. Fuck
dude.
that.
It's like the size of a fucking Volkswagen, and it goes around, and the fucking noises it makes at you, and its mouth like hangs to the floor.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Donkey when he was playing, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna hide, I'm gonna hide." And then you hear the baby walk in, and he starts laughing. He goes, "Stop laughing at me, baby!" And then he starts
Yeah, I
fucking
bet you hadn't
running.
seen the baby yet.
No, like he saw it. Like he's like, "It's just a baby," and then it starts eating him, and he dies. It's like, "Oh, okay."
How horrible was that to watch?
That was fucking absolutely horrifying.
Oh my
God.
god. Nobody that I watched, because I watched like a reaction comp on it because that was fucking gnarly. Nobody that I watched actually got eaten because they were so fucking horrified. They either just like left the game or they were able to get away from it.
See, like
If I
there,
saw that shit, I would have just alt F4'd and never played it again.
he like Donkey made another funny comment about something. Oops, excuse me. He made another funny comment about something. Like he was fighting off like I'm assuming like the game's about witches, right?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I'm assuming that the main villain s people are like witches or sorceresses or something. But
It's Resident Evil. It's all buggery.
one of them is like falls down a hole and he's like, "You will be forever cursed," as she dies, and then like he like loots her inventory and like Donkey goes, "Badass dialogue," in 3, 2, 1. She goes, "You're the one who's cursed." He goes, "Yeah, you're the one who's cursed." It's like fucking like not the greatest dialogue for the main character.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I was just listening to one of my favorite reviewers, Zero Punctuation. I was listening to him.
That guy makes fucking video game content amazing.
Yeah, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about Resident Evil 8, and he was like, "All right, the bit in the fucking dollhouse that has genuinely like scarred me, and like I don't remember the last time a game scared me so fucking bad." And I was like, "Huh, that scared the shit out of him. I gotta go check it out." And I checked it out, and I regretted it.
That was a that's what I call an asshole puckering moment. Because you're just like, it feels like it's like right behind me.
That's what I call it. That's what I like to call an asshole release moment because my pants are full of shit.
There was it reminds me a
Oh.
lot of that segment in Outlast where like you're being chased around by the evil doctor.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
time are we at?
59, 45, 46, 47.
Why are you counting down?
Yeah, see, it's only been an hour. What else does other people got?
Not much. I think that's a good stopping point.
Somebody share with the class.
No.
Brian, by the way, anybody wondering, the gameplay you're watching at the moment is Brian's game of what's this game called?
Monster Sanctuary.
And yeah, that's a game. It's on Steam if you want to buy it and play it. Brian recommends it. 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good stopping point. I promise that next episode there will be a lot more energy on my part. I just haven't really been very energetic this episode, I feel. So I promise next episode I'll be better. Until next time, I guess, feel free to go to the gtmpodcast.squarespace.com where you can check out all of our episodes on our episodes tab. You can check out the GTM crew section where you can see little bits of information on each one of our hosts. You can go to the GTM guests tab and you can see every person that's been on the podcast recently and the episodes they were on. And go ahead and head on over to our SoundCloud where you can see the episodes uploaded there, just the audio version, if you're at all curious. Any final words from anybody?
Does Connor have a guest tab now?
Connor is in the guest tab, yes.
Oh my god! Hold on, I gotta go look.
We'll see you guys next time.